careful what you say. We have nothing to hide.
Dangerous stuff.
We have nothing. We are not political or on any side. We are looking for spirituality. Tasur ya Sayyidi Madad. Allah, 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 Aziz Allah, 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 Kareem Allah, 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 Subhanallah, Allah, 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 Sultan Allah, Ya Rabbi, Sultan, نحن عبيد, أجس ودايف. We are weak, helpless, weak. How is the newborn baby when they exit the womb? Anyone saw the baby when it first comes out? Immediately it goes to the mother. And Maulana Shaykh, he said the story, Sayyidi Madad ya Rijal Allah, Madad ya Sayyidina Sultan Awliya, Sayyidina Shaykh Muhammad Nazim al-Haqqani, Madad ya Sayyidi Madad al-Haq, wal-Warithin, wa Rijal Allah, wal-Siddiqeen, wal-Muhibeen. Ibn Arabi, he said, Adinu bidin al-hub. Our religion is, how would you translate this? Adinu bidin al-hub. Our religion is love. And Maulana Sheikh Hisham, he said, al-hub, it's from two letters. Al-ha wal-ba. And the ha, he said, is al-hay, hayat, the ever-living. And he made everything living in this dunya. وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ. Came now water. This water, everything, whole universe has to have water to be living. And he also made everything living from Ma'ul Hayat. That Ma'ul Hayat, which is that light that's flowing through us. Why we say flowing? Because it's coming from an ocean and reaching us. Every human being has that light. What is that light? From Ma'ul Hayat, which is the Ha of Al-Hub, Maulana said, is also the Ha of Muhammad. He is the one that he is coming from his reality as springs flowing to every human being. And Shaitan, Fastaizu Billah, wants to take us where? Into the sewer. What is the sewer? Under the ground, some dirty water coming. And Allah Azza wa Jal, He wants every human being to drink from that hawd, from that light. And the ba, he said, is al-baqi. How we translate al-baqi? The eternal, eternity. So, we were saying before, mahabba, Maulana Shaykh, he said, may Allah, Allahu Akbar, may Allah raise his secret, grants him to be with us, to dress us, يلبسنا. From the tajalli that's coming to him, we cannot even carry one drop, but we're asking a drop of a drop. Awliya, they are always receiving from prophets. They are taking from that ocean and they are distributing. And he said, Maulana Sheikh, that the first door to reach to Fana, which is to be really nothing. Anyone can say, I'm nothing. It's easy to say it. And water, Allah Azza wa Jal raised it up because it's humble. It accepts to be nothing. It takes the shape of any container you put it in. And that's why He made everything living to be from water. And Sayyidina Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he is the most humble one from all of creation. He is the water of life. He is the one that gives life to everything spiritually. So as our body and everything living in this universe needs water, everything living spiritually in eternity needs mahabba. Without mahabba, you cannot find a marriage to last. What is a marriage? A marriage, as we know, is when Sayyidina Adam and Sayyidatuna Hawa, they loved each other because they were one being. So mahabba is to find your real being back, to go back to oneness. And that real being, which comes from Allah Azza wa Jal, and is from the light of Sayyidina Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, because everything created was created from his light, where Allah took a handful of his light and said, Be ya Muhammad. And when we are from the ummah of Sayyidina Muhammad, all of us. Not only Muslim, but all people living are from his ummah, either ummat dawah or ummat ijab. Those that they accepted or they didn't yet. So he said the first door is mahabbatul mashayikh. You need to find a living one, an enlightened one. We all know about the Buddha, for example. Maulana Shaykh, he said that he is from the Anbiya or from the Awliya. In different traditions. Some they say it's Sayyidina Zulkifl. In any case, he said, Maulana Shaykh, he was sitting under a tree for 40 years in stillness, fighting, struggling with his ego, his nafs, until he was enlightened. If we can, you can say he became Rabbani. And our tariqah is to be Rabbani. وَكُونُوا رَبَّانِيِّينَ. Where Maulana Shaykh Nazim, he said in 2010, leave to say you are Sofi, Naqshbandi, all of these titles, throw them. Take your turban, if it makes you proud. Anything that begins to give you a problem for your ego, throw it. He said, if you're making zikr and you begin to like it, stop zikr. And the key to all of this, he said, the door to every reality, and we all are coming here because, why we are coming here? We want to realize what Allah Azza wa Jal created, why He created us. Man arifa nafsahu, faqad arifa rabbahu. And we are at the beginning always. No matter how much we know that we know nothing. Now we think we know so much because we open Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and in half an hour we get more knowledge, outward knowledge, than million of people got in million years before. You can find so much information. But wisdom is something else. Wisdom you cannot get it from a reel like that. The shaitan has all kind of knowledge. It knows. May Allah protect us from shaitan and its enemies. The real enemy, he said, Maulana Sheikh Nazim, he said, don't put beware of dog on the door, as in they put in England, beware of dog. Put beware of shaitan. I need first. We easily fall into the trips and traps. So what do we need? How are we going to come out from the problem we're in now? What is the problem we're in now? There are a list of 1,000 or million problems that we reached in individually and collectively. When a couple is having a bad time, they go to the therapist, couples therapist. They try to. Maulana Sheikh, what he said, there is ayah of Quran, so forgive me. They say the people who don't understand what is Islam, they said that if you can beat your wife, this ayah of Quran. And they asked Maulana Sheikh about this ayah, Maulana Sheikh Isham, and he was in Cyprus. And he said something simple. How do we know interpretation of an ayah? First, we have to look, how was Sayyidina Muhammad? Did he raise his voice to his wife once, let alone to beat her? He didn't raise his voice once. He didn't scream. We are all day long screaming at each other. We scream at our kids. We scream at our wife or our husband. No. The way of Prophet ﷺ is a way of love, of lutf. He never screamed at anyone, Sayyidina Muhammad. So he said, Maulana, this is enough to know that Allah Azza wa Jal will never like you to beat your wife. And he said, Maulana, if you look at the word daraba, it has over 14 different interpretations in the Arabic language. So when we make breakfast in the morning, you crack an egg, and the white and yellow are separate. But you want to make a nice omelette. What do? What do we say in English? Leave Arabic now. You say what? We will beat the eggs together. Darab. To make them what? To make them come together. You're not hitting the egg. Can you hit an egg once you crack it open? If you try to hit it, you will, every time, it is so difficult, the egg, no matter how you try to, you cannot hold it. It will slip from you. You beat it, it will come together. He said, when you have difficulty, come back together in love. So this is why we need people of wisdom in our life. Otherwise, we go easily off the road, off the track, into the ditch. After the ditch, we go into the sewer. After the sewer, we go in Facebook. Worse than the sewer. Where everything dirty comes. May Allah forgive us. Ego book or ego tube. So he said, Muhabbatul Mashaykh, Muhabbatul Habib, the love of the guide. And people said, what if we follow a false guide? There are too many false guides. If I was a liar, I will tell you I am a guide. I give you some golden chocolate, not real money, chocolate. with gold paper and some fancy words, fancy sohba and dua. And I tell you, I am Sheikh. May Allah forgive us. He said, even you follow a fake one and you're sincere, you will reach. So what about the one that found a real murshid, a guide? So he said, Maulana, the first principle, we didn't read from the notes yet, we will take some, is to mahabbatul mashaykh, mahabbatul habib, mahabbatullah, and after he added the most essential one, mahabbatul ikhwan. You can't pretend to love a perfect mirror, a beautiful rose. What is the Sheikh? He is carrying that light of high wal-baqi, of muhabba of Muhammad. He is carrying the Nur al-Muhammadi. He reached to what Sheikh Abdulaziz Dabakh said, Kun Rabbaniyin, don't take knowledge from books, from internet. Take knowledge from the heart. Now, Maulana Sheikh Hisham, he said, we were with him in Vancouver 2005, he said, if you could see now, you will be able to see so many waves. If you have the TVs, you can open them and see so many images from around the world, which now they have TVs with 50 different boxes on them. Those waves, they are coming. Unseen waves that they are coming. In every moment, awliya, they are sending waves of love, of light, of mahabba to the heart of each one. And he said, especially when you sit in that sohba, as Sheikh Abdul Haq always said, may Allah raise his secret. The time it takes to milk a goat, the Sheikh will dress from unseen, rahmah coming. So, the main issue of tariqah is mahabba. And we might find in the world signposts or something that point us to that love. But what Jalaluddin Rumi, he said, Qaddasallahu sir, he said, I knocked on every door looking for the beloved, and I finished by finding in my own home. As Maulana Sheikh Hisham, he said, the in, when you go in, I-N, you find the in, I-N-N in English. What is the in? I-N-N is the hotel or caravanserai. You find your home inside. So tariqah is, as Sheikh Abdul Haq was saying, it's mostly a private affair, because outwardly is something very small. As Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi, he said, this is the big universe, small man, big universe. He said, within you is all the reality. He said, when I dived in my reality, Ghawas, I found the station of Sayyidina Isa, of Sayyidina Mahdi, of different Anbiya wal Awliya, within himself. And Quran says, travel the earth and look. Go to different places. And in Naqshbandiya Tariqah, it's advised, because the sunnah of Prophet ﷺ is to travel. And Maulana Sheikh, he said, now in the end of times, Western people, you see them traveling everywhere. They go to, not only to Club Med vacations, they go traveling. He said it will be written for each one of them, they follow at least one sunnah of Prophet. And Naqshbandiya goes deep into that. One of the principles is Safar Dar Watan, There is the traveling. We go to Cyprus, we go to Michigan, we go to New York, we go to Kaaba, we go to Medina or Al-Aqsa. So many places to travel. But the real traveling, he said, is within yourself. So the Sheikh, he wants you to find your reality within yourself. And that's only possible with the first, to have mahabba. And that mahabba, someone might ask, how can we find that one? How do we find the one that loves us and that we love? Maulana Sheikh Adnan, may Allah bless his secret, he said the biggest calamity that can happen to a murid is if his sheikh that he loves and loves him leaves this world. Subhanallah, how Sayyidina Umar, when Sayyidina Muhammad he left, what he said, anyone that said the Prophet died, I cut his neck. He was saying to Sahaba, not to us. And Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq came, he was the only one that could calm him down. And he recited the ayah of Quran. And more important, what they don't mention, after he recited the ayah of Quran, he stood on the khutbah and he said that until the last day, Prophet ﷺ, he will be living spiritually with us. Physically, he's not there. But spiritually, he is, as Maulana Shaykh said, Inna arsalnaka shahidan. What is shahidan? Azidin knows Arabic better than. What is shahidan? Witness. Temwa. He said, Maulana, shahidan for Prophet. He is witness on everything we are doing in every moment in our life, from the outward, zahir, to the batin. He knows every heart, every situation. Sayyidina Yusuf, what he said, Rabbi qad ataytani min al-mulk wa alamtani min ta'wil al-hadith. This is, forget Sayyidina Muhammad. Let's come down now. Sayyidina Yusuf. He was given, he is mentioned in Quran after he went through so many fitna, trials, what they did to him. Sayyidina Yusuf, his own brothers, they took him because he was the one loved the most by his sheikh, by his father, who was also his spiritual sheikh, his guide, Sayyidina Yaqub. They were jealous. They were anbiya. How they are jealous? They are masum. Maulana Sheikh said, but Allah wants Sayyidina Yusuf to be raised up. So they took him and they threw him in the well. And what they said, the wolf ate him. Here is the blood. We are so sorry. They want to get rid of him because they were jealous. And Maulana Sheikh, what he said, you think that this story is only a story? Will it happen in Tariqah? For sure, he said it will happen. You will be the most tested with your other brothers in Tariqah. They will take you, throw you in the well. This is not for me, this is for real murid. For the awliya, they face this kind of tests. All the awliya, depending on their level, Prophet ﷺ, he said, I was the most tested, the most tortured. And awliya, depending on their level, they will also be. So Sayyidina Yusuf, he was thrown in the well, then he was bought into slavery, then he was thrown in a dungeon. Everyone in that prison, they said, was like paradise to be in that prison. That's why this world, which is a decision, when you meet the Sheikh, who was like Sayyidina Yusuf, it becomes for you what? A beautiful. When you sit with the Sheikh in his physical presence, he put you in that garden. The world is burning around you. They are throwing drone and missile. I don't know what they are doing now. All shayateen, they say we are the best one. Muslim, non-Muslim, everyone now, they do evil things, killing innocent people, starving innocent people, doing all kinds of things, Muslim and non-Muslim. Let us say the truth. We are not saying Muslim are not doing. Everyone doing now. The way out from that is to find the will. Sayyidina Musa, Sheikh Abdul Haq was saying, he found the will. He retreated to that shade that protected from the heat, the punishment of dunya that comes into it. Was the light of the Sheikh of the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So Sayyidina Yusuf, he was given after all that ta'wil al-ahadith. And what Maulana said, he was given the knowledge of everything, every moment, why this is here, why this is here, why he's like that, why she's like that. Because unless we reach to that knowledge, we are far from reality. The Sheikh wants to open to you, Yarhamukumullah, ta'wil al-ahadith. So the way to reach that they throw you in the well, they put you in a prison, they hate you, they curse you, you give them back love. As Sayyidina Yusuf, he did to his own brothers, and he was raised. He became Khalifatullah. This is the real meaning of becoming Prince of Egypt. He became Khalifatullah. Inni ja'ilun fil ardi khalifa. Every human being is Khalifa. You go to PA supermarket, there's 300 people there. Each one has Khalifatullah. You look at them, oh, this one dressed like that. No. Maulana Shaykh Nazim, he didn't look how people are dressed, what mistakes they're making. He looked, this one, Alastu bi rabbikum qalu bala, has that promise. And they know how to bring that person from our lowly state, ignorant state, to Khalifatullah. These are the masters. So we have to, Maulana Sheikh told me, read something from a note. So otherwise the people start to think you gave a great sohba and your ego become like a balloon. If something good came, it's from the presence of awliya. They dress the heart of the people. If something bad came, it's from the mistake of the speaker. He said, a wise person, a holy person, when people ask you what's going to happen, who asks us? Who asks you? Anyone has that situation now? Everyone. Everyone asks you what is going to happen, and we are asking ourselves every day what is going to happen to us. Who here didn't ask themselves that question? What is the biggest calamity we are thinking we are going to face? It's our own death. It's not. All of us, we know we are going to end this life. So if someone asks you, when people ask you, or if we ask ourselves, deeper understanding, for the one who has Iman, he said, who possesses Iman. When you possess something, when someone is possessed with something, they cannot come out from it. They are completely, it doesn't leave them. This is Iman, Maqam Iman. He said, indeed, everything will be good for such a person. And that's why Prophet ﷺ, he said, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, as long as someone has Iman, there is no faith. La khawfun alayhim wa lahum yahzanun. And Maulana Sheikh Hisham, he said, may Allah make him to be with us always through his spirituality. He said, awliya, Allah said in Holy Quran, La khawfun alayhim wa lahum yahzanun, because they are with prophets. They are with the Habibullah. They have that mahabba when it's with them, the mahabba of Prophet, it is high wal baki. There is no, in that presence, huzn and no khawf, no fear. They throw on you, as Sheikh Maulana Sheikh Nazim, he said about Maulana Sheikh Hisham, he doesn't fear anyone in this world. Why he needs to fear? He doesn't need someone to defend him. Prophet ﷺ was defending him. So he said, Prophet, if you live during the last days, you will find the hardest days on earth. As you said at the beginning, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. This is what we need also to say La hawla. He said, your reward will be greater in that time, because Allah, as much as time is difficult, He increased that reward. And He destined us to be the people of Akhir Zaman, where it's so difficult to know what's going on, what's happening. And this is a beautiful gift that we should give shukr for, and is not destined for many. And we were guided to Iman, to this place. This is Masjid al-Iman. Why it's called Masjid, other than being Zawiya of Maulana Sheikh Nazim Sultan al-Awliya, a place for Sayyidina al-Mahdi alayhi salam. If we think about it a little bit, we will start to feel what? Nar al-Hasra, deep Ali Fakir. If we think a bit, we will feel what? Deep shame, deep regret. Myself first, not you. Anyone that thinks about it, one moment that we are sitting, as if we are sitting in Masjid al-Aqsa now, under the golden dome, and drinking Pepsi or Coke, and not realizing what we have. So we have to be aware, وَلَئِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ, that Allah put us in the best place, in the best time, the last ummah. And He gave us a way. فَمَنْ شَاءَ اتَّخَذَ إِلَى رَبِّهِ سَبِيلًا. He gave us a sheikh, a living sheikh that guiding us to, inshallah, all of our lives we will have that guidance, inshallah. Those that found the guide, they have to be happy and do their best to build that mahabba. Those that didn't find, he said, there's only one condition to find, to ask sincerely. Will come in a dream, will come someone to you at the PA, so we are mentioning PA a lot, it's not advertisement, but it's right here. Will come to you something that will guide you. And then, Sheikh Abdul Haki was saying something beautiful, when you're playing golf, what they say, play the ball where it lies. Now the ball is here. Now the world is like this. We try to come down to say we don't know, Ya Rabbi. We don't know anything. We are not yet in Mahabbatul Mashaykh, Mahabbatul Ikhwan. Give us more Mahabba. And I will finish with this. There was a beautiful story which I heard today, and Sheikh Abdul Haki was saying that Maulana Sheikh Nazim said, wisdom is the lost property of the seeker, of the believer. Wherever he finds it, he can use it. There was a famous story called Black Elk from the Sioux native tribe. They are in Midwest, where we said Maulana Sheikh Nazim, when he was visiting, he said, their shamans, among them are awliya, and they are speaking to my heart. Don't look at them, they are like this or like that. He was saying, be careful not to judge them. As quickly people want to say, they are like this or like that. So, there was a story about before the Americans' armies came to destroy their way of life, there was a young boy of 9 years old. And he was in a bad state psychologically. He was unbalanced. He became sick psychologically. We say depressed or crazy. Until he had a dream. And in that dream, he saw that these people are going to come and wipe them away. And the way out from this, he saw, he was seeing himself in the center of their world, which was on a holy mountain in Utah in that time. And when he was put on that center of that spiritual center, like Maulana Sheikh Nazim, what he said about Mount Royal, Montreal, he said it's a spiritual center where we are now, sitting. We're on the mountain. This is the Mount Royal here, Montreal. He said there are two places like that in North America, in Michigan, in Fenton, and here. And he said there are power stations like that for awliya. They're always, one goes, the other one has to come and be present. And so that boy, he had, they opened to him that wherever, that this center was not only this physical center, but would become a center because it was connected to the center of all beings. I don't remember what they call it in their tradition, but they said all beings are connected to a universal being. What do we call this universal being in Islam? Sayyidina Muhammad. He is the universal being. He is his Hakika, al-Hakika Muhammadiyah. He is the center for all human beings, all creation, all jinn, all angels. They all will go to him. Physically, on Yawm al-Qiyamah, they will go to him, and spiritually, they go to him. So, this story was teaching us that the center, you might think your center is this center here, or in Michigan, or in Cyprus, or this master is your center. Or in this center, so many people have different centers. We have different people following different awliya, and we have different people following different ways. Bi'adad al-anfas, so many ways. So what was the main point of that teaching? That it's not important where your little center is. Important that that center connects you to the real center. The center of that light. At the center of our tawiz is this, Allahu Haq. And that means that Muhabbatul Mashaykh, that lead you to the love of Prophet, to the love of Allah, and to all the other station, it begins with Aniyah. Oh my Lord, show me to those that love. What awliya, they love all of humanity. They love all human beings. They want the best for human beings. Show me to someone that loves us, Ya Rabbi, and that we love them. And then that love can pull us, because we are in a time now, Shaitan is pulling us where? To hatred, to division, to fitna, to discord, to every kind of nonsense. Myself first and all of us. No one can say they are outside of that. If they are outside of it, then they became high level of awliya. It's possible. There are so many awliya. But most of us, we are stuck in that. And what can pull us out is that mahabba. May He grant us, inshallah, the wisdom to seek the lovers and to be with the lovers. As the final conclusion is yukhsharu maru ma'aman ahab. This Maulana Sheikh Nazim said is the greatest good tidings given to human beings. You will, if I love Bakar truly, and it's easy to love him because he's lovable in truth, I will be with him. We will be together. And if we love, our love is for Allah's sake and for Sayyidina Muhammad. If we love each other, even we are doing nonsense, never mind. Even I did something bad to him or he did mistake, never mind. But that love will make us be together in the best of company. What more do we want than to be together forever? There is a song, Together Forever, I think some people know. The real together forever is Manabi'in wa Siddiqin wa Shuhada wa Salihin wa Hasuna Rafika. May He grant us, for the sake Ramadan finished, now is the time to be vigilant, not to lose that moment, and to do our best, inshallah. I don't know anything. May Allah bless everyone and forgive me. And Sheikh Omar couldn't be here tonight. He's with Sheikh Noor in Toronto. May we be always together. We are all one family. We are all with Maulana Sheikh Nazim. We are all together under Prophet ﷺ's umbrella. We are all connected to the roots of the same tree that give countless fruits. So may He plant in us only love to give good fruit, to love each other, and not